Hello and welcome. We're celebrating the writers of the Elmhurst Public Library Kids 2021 Short and Scary Writing Contest. You'll hear the authors of our top entries read their original scary stories and poems. Thanks to all of our many writers. We had more than 80 entries this year, and the judging was frightfully difficult. Enjoy the shivers from these short and scary tales.
Hello, my name is Carmel, and the title of my story is The Ghost. Once upon a time, there lived a ghost who was walking through the woods. He saw a witch. The witch captured him. She threw him in a pot and ate him. The end. Hi, my name is Claire, and today I'm going to be reading you the story called The Graveyard. Once upon a time, there lived a spooky family of zombies and monsters. One night, one of the zombies went missing in the graveyard, and one of the monsters, too. All of the zombies and monsters went looking and never came back.
My name is Joseph, and one dark Halloween evening, I was trick-or-treating when I spotted a flickering, spooky jack-o'-lantern by a creepy little house. I touched it, and everything went black. When I started seeing clearly again, I noticed everything was orange and gooey, and the air was so damp it was hard to breathe. I thought for a moment, and realized I was stuck inside the spooky jack-o'-lantern. First, I panicked. Then I stopped because panicking was not going to help me get out of the jack-o'-lantern. I looked around and found a sign that had a picture of a maze and a vicious-looking jack-o'-lantern carved into it. I immediately thought that was my way home, so I followed the sign into the maze, where I spent hours looking for my way out. It seemed there were only endless left and right turns. Then I saw the thing I never wanted to see. It was the live, vicious-looking jack-o'-lantern that was carved into the sign sitting in the corner. I got up and it started chasing me with its long pointy teeth, ready to eat me for dinner. I sprinted as fast as possible, and as I ran, I saw a little hole near a corner that looked to be a dead end. I darted towards it, not even knowing why, and somehow I squeezed through it and found myself beside the flickering jack-o'-lantern. I was spooked and confused about what really happened, so I ran straight home. I was home so my parents were making dinner and asked me why I was home so early. I told them I thought I hit my head because I didn't think they would believe my crazy little story.
Hi, I'm Simon, and I'm going to tell you the legend of the haunted train. Billy was walking down the sidewalk when the clock struck 3 a.m. and all the street lights went off. The only light was his flashlight and the headlight on an old steam engine in the train yard. He slowly walked over to the train and saw an old faded note on the ground next to the coach car that was attached to the steam engine. It read something like this: "This is the old haunted train and will scare anyone to death. Beware." Billy was brave, so he stepped onto the old train. He heard a whistle blow, felt the train jerk to a move, and a tingly cold breeze flow up his spine. Bells started ringing as candles lit up and immediately blew out. Then everything was quiet, so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Suddenly, ghosts flew out of the walls. Billy screamed so loud that he woke the people in nearby houses. They ran out in their pajamas and saw the train speed by with an eerie whistle. Legend has it Billy ran to the cab and saw Frankenstein driving the train and a goblin shoveling coal. The rest of the legend is unknown. Some people think Frankenstein ate Billy, and some think he jumped off the train, but no one knows for sure, as he was never seen again. Hi, I am Beyond, and I go to Cornwall Fisher School, and this is my scary story. It is called The Three-Headed Dragon. One day there were some little kids entering a snake-filled haunted house. It was really dark and scary. Then they keep hearing like snakes, but actually it was a dragon sleeping. The little kids did not know that. The little kids were looking around the haunted house until they saw the dragon. Fire came out of its mouth. It burned every piece of the haunted house, and it was all gone. The three little kids freaked out. They ran for their lives, but they was too slow. Next, the three little kids got captured, and then the dragon turned into a witch. The dragon was very surprised. Then the witch laughed at them, and the kids got mad. Meanwhile, they wanted to escape, so they tricked the witch to make a spell and turned them into a three-headed dragon. Finally, the three-headed dragon left it so hard until they burned the graveyard down. Then they made a spell and burned themselves, then there was no one left.
Witches, wicked, ick, trick-or-treat, coffin, haunted house, graveyard, rest in peace, cauldron, cemetery, afterlife, murky, spine-chilling, undead, creeping, revolting, potion.
And today I'm going to be reading you Doll's Playhouse. Phoebe stepped inside and turned back to her friends. Stupid Dare. She didn't want to go into the workshop, but although she thought it was creepy, she had to. She moved inside the workshop and noticed in the corner of her eye a dimly lit room. She shuffled inside and examined it. A dust-covered doll was laying on the table in the middle of the room. Cobweb shelves were everywhere. The doll had dusty black hair and was wearing a faded in color pink dress with a bow in her hair that was hanging on by a thread. Phoebe turned around when a giggle came from behind her. It sent a chill down her spine when she turned around slowly and saw the doll. It was no longer laying down but sitting up, holding a sewing string and a needle. When Phoebe's friends noticed she hadn't returned from their dare, they went inside the workshop and noticed the only room with a wide open door. They tiptoed inside and saw a doll on the shelf that looked identical to Phoebe and ran for the exit, but not before they too got trapped in what is now known as the Doll's Playhouse. The doll giggled and smiled at her new dolls. We're gonna have so much fun. Thank you for watching till the end, and I hope you enjoyed.
Hello, my name is Noah, and today I'll be telling you about my original story called The Ghost. The space shuttle light keeps flickering. I think there might be a ghost. I see a tall, shadowy figure. It starts chasing me, horrified by what it could be. I race around the corner in fear of my life, and I see a door. Wanting to get away, I open the door and quietly close it behind me. I am now in the supply closet. I hear a knock on the door, so I hold my breath. My heart is racing. I try to think of a plan, and one pops up. When I think he went away, I grab a spacesuit and put it on. And then I grab a chain, burst the drawer, sprinting to the wall to chain myself as I get ready to pull the lever. Holding my breath, I pull the lever that opens the hatch, sucking the shadowy figure out into the vast vacuum of space. Relieved, I close the hatch, but the light keeps flickering.
Hi, I'm Sahar. I am a fifth grader at Conrad Fisher Elementary School. Today I'm going to read you my scary story. A young girl was walking on a scary, gloomy night and got lost. Two twin girls came up to her out of nowhere and she told them of her predicament. They said, "Follow us. We can help you find your home." She followed them without thinking, and they brought her to a run-down house. She said, "I don't think this is..." But before she could finish her sentence, the twins had disappeared. The door was already opened. The possessed woman called out, "Come in, if you like." And she walked in. "Would you like to use my computer to search for directions?" The girl was getting anxious and terrified because the house was covered with spider webs, had magical doors, and computers on the floor. The girl heard murmurs from the ground saying, "Help us. We are helpless. You should escape while you still can." She tried to escape. The doors closed behind her and the woman quipped, "You should have listened to the murmurs." The girl realized that she was still holding her computer, tried to let go of it, but it was stuck to her hand. Then she felt electric shocks. Blood dripped from her nose, and she became one with the computer. She thought that was the death of her, but that was just the beginning of the nightmare. She also became one with the woman, who was the witch from the darkest abyss. That was the day she became part of something evil. Boom!
Hi everybody, I'm Ava, and my spooky story is called Under the Light of a Full Moon. So, here we go. I was walking to work when I heard a sound filled with worry and terrible gloom. The sound haunted me. That night I lay restless, under the light of a full moon. The next day, fog billowed low. My body warned me soon I would be in great danger under the light of a full moon. I left my door ajar that night, anticipating for the worst. Then my dog came in, looking like he was cursed. Then the door creaked and my heart boomed. And last thing I remember before my leave was a figure under the light of a full moon. So, that's my story. Thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.
Hi, my name is Gabby, and this is my story. The wind howled, my long hair clouding my vision. The forest was dark and mysterious, the aura terrifying. My friends and I were out playing baseball in the field near the forest. The ball had been thrown into the forest, and I was tasked with getting it back. I walked slowly and carefully into the gloomy trees. The trees began to sway to the wind, and the crows erupted into the sky. My walk turned into a trot, and then a jog. I looked up to see my baseball placed carefully in a tree, and sitting right beside it was a little boy, his white clothes stained with something that was clearly not ketchup. I stood there for a moment, processing everything before letting out a shriek and sprinting as hard as I could. I flew through the forest and back to the field, but once I got back, my friends were gone, and in their place was the boy I saw, holding the baseball. The boy grinned, his expression creepy. "Would you like to play baseball?"
Hi, I'm Kyla, and this is my scary story. I walked alone in the forest, a cool breeze surrounding me. My bright red sweater was like the color of blood, my hair like the color of a full moon. The sun was setting, and the breeze began to pick up. I felt a sudden chill roll down my spine. The hairs on the back of my neck stood. Goosebumps appeared all over my legs and arms. I hadn't been this cold all evening, but now, suddenly, I felt a lifeless hand wrap around my ankle and grip it hard. I flinched. I turned around slowly, and the hand released. But, as I turned forward, I saw a figure floating in front of me. It was a lady, 25, perhaps 30, in a blood-stained wedding dress. Not like the color of my sweater, however. The blood on her dress was almost purple, indicating she had been roaming around this forest for a long time. I started to run away, terrified and perplexed, but then I stumbled backwards, wincing in pain. She was moving towards me fast now, noticing that I wouldn't be able to get back up, and suddenly she reached out her hand, revealing her long, sharp fingernails, the only thing about her that seemed real. And when she was inches away from cutting my pale face, I awoke. It was morning, and I was still shaking from my night's dream, so I decided to dress myself. I walked to my closet and started scrolling through my shirts, dresses, and rompers. I stopped on one particular dress, though. It was bigger than the others and beautifully embroidered. And the most strange part was that it was blood-stained. Not the color of my sweatshirt, however. The blood on the dress was almost purple, indicating that it had been there a long time. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lila, and today I'm going to be reading to you a Halloween scary story. Monday, October 31st, 3 a.m. I wake up with a start. I'm drenched in sweat and a chill runs down my spine. I could swear that I heard footsteps walking up the stairs. People say this house is haunted, but I don't believe it for 1 second. Knock, knock, knock. Who could be knocking at my bedroom door at 3 in the morning? Creak. The door opens. Monday, October 31st, 4:30 a.m. I felt a cold hand on my neck and I jump up. I hear something under my bed and my heart stops. I see a black, long hand reaching out from under the bed. I pinch myself to see if I'm dreaming, but I don't wake up. The hand reaches up to me and I hold my breath and hide under the covers. I feel the hand on my right ankle and I kick hard, but it doesn't work. Then the hand yanks me to the floor and takes the covers off of me. I see a tall black figure with bright red eyes. It picks me up by the neck, it roars, and then darkness falls on me.